Row 18, plot 20.
Hey everybody, welcome to Now It's Dark. I'm Jim. Today's full moon feature that I'm doing this year in honor, tribute to my brother who passed away from liver damage due to alcoholism. On each full moon of the month, I'm doing a review of a full moon feature. This month is Trophy Heads. Very fun movie, and I will talk about that in just a second. I like to show a picture of my brother. There he is with his Tyrannosaurus Rex. This was a long time ago. It feels like a lifetime ago. But if you know anyone who's suffering from alcoholism, don't just look the other way. Try to get that person some help because you may lose someone that you love. So Trophy Heads is a 2014 film. It's an hour and 27 minutes. It gets a 4.9 star rating on IMDb. It is written and directed by Charles Band, as most of these movies are. Neil Marshall Stevens also shares some credits in the writing. Adam Noble plays Max. Maria Olsen is Mom. Brinke Stevens, Darcy DeMoss, Linnea Quigley, Jacqueline Lovell, Michelle Bauer, Denice Duff, all play themselves. And then there's Stuart Gordon, who plays the character Stuart, and Irina Murphy plays Julia. And the synopsis for this film is that it's in present day, and all of the real-life scream queens who starred in infamous movies back in the 80s and 90s are back as themselves as an obsessed fan and his mother kidnap former scream queens and force them to reenact their famous film roles with deadly results. So Max is basically trying to recreate scenes from all of these movies, but with dire consequences. It's a very, very fun movie. It's neat to see, but also a little sad to see some of these scream queens in this movie. It's fun that they have a sense of humor about themselves and the roles that they played. There's some very, very funny scenes. Jacqueline Lovell, I hope I'm saying that right. She's one of my favorites. She was in Head of the Family, very iconic scene in that movie. And I had done a full moon feature on that as well. Plus, a lot of these scream queens have been in just like all sorts of stuff. So this is a in-universe meta-ish full moon scream queens is what I wrote down. Sister Quigley, Linnea Quigley plays herself, but with a twist of that she's kind of on a repentance arc in her life. So she's Sister Quigley, and I thought that was pretty funny. And she asks people if they have been bathed in the blood of the Lord. It was also interesting to see clips from some of the older movies that these scream queens were in, so that was kind of a neat thing as well. There's some nudity, of course, and that's always good and gratuitous and very well appreciated. So the Trophy Heads is because after each of these scream queens dies in their recreated movie scene, Max has their heads kind of mounted like a trophy. But Max can still hear and have conversations with them, so that's pretty interesting. There's like some film auditions that have some real neat interactions between some of the scream queens, and it's really funny. If you haven't seen this movie, I'm trying to stay spoiler free, but there's some really funny movies or scene, particularly this one where there's a couple of the women auditioning and it's for a certain age group, and one of the actresses stays behind even though she's older than the age group, and it's just funny. There's a lot of in jokes with the full moon movies that all of them have been in. And they all have, it seems, they all had fun making this and making fun of themselves. Very tongue-in-cheek, self-deprecating humor, I wrote. Yeah, so, and then there's also, like, a debate over what makes a movie a cult classic from some of the Scream Queens that are captured and they haven't been put into their recreated movie scenes. So it just kind of ends. I don't want to ruin it. I will say nuts or no nuts. That's what I'll leave on. But let me know in the comments down below if you've seen Trophy Heads or if you are a fan of full moon features. But I would definitely recommend checking this movie out. It's very cool to see a lot of these Scream Queens together in one movie playing themselves. So yeah, that's 2014 Trophy Heads from Full Moon. And we'll see you at the next full moon with another full moon feature review.
So have your dream. Go on and sing your song. There's nothing wrong with singing out of tune. If people laugh and say your dream can never be, just think of me.